And now I would like to introduce you our speaker of the day, somebody very special and wonderful. Reverend Sharon Flynn is a minister with the Metaphysical Chapel of Life and has been a chapel member since 1994. In 1999, she became a Novitiate Minister through the Metaphysical Chapel of Life, and in 2002, she was fully ordained under auspices of our charter church, the Church of Enlightenment. She has owned and operated Hypnosis and Healing Centers since 2002, locally and in other areas, using her gifts and abilities as spiritual director and consultant, an advanced energy healer, a certified hypnotherapist, and a teacher of classes and workshops. Sharon's prior career in the medical field as a radiology technologist of 25 years helped shape her natural healing abilities and understanding of the human form. Here at the chapel, she's our minister who oversees spiritual healing, teaches spiritual healing classes, and also facilitates seasonal celebration at chapel. She has experienced several NDE, near-death experiences, as well as numerous expanded spiritual experiences that guided her on this path of alternative healing modalities and facilitating change and soul growth for others. She is blessed with 3 grown married children, 2 sons and a daughter, with 4 grandsons and 2 granddaughters, unless you have more.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So please join us in welcoming the Reverend Sharon Flynn to the podium.
No, they all promised me 2 each. No, it just worked out that way.
Just want to make sure.
Oh, is that thing in the way? Oh, I can't see.
There you go.
Am I too short?
No, you're perfect. You're absolutely perfect.
There isn't a thing of too short, is there? Alrighty. Well, I always start off with prayer. Welcome everyone here on this beautiful hot day with lots of sun. So let us pray. Father, Mother God, Heavenly Creator, I ask to be connected to the higher self. And as I connect to the angels and ask them to come forth, all loving beings of light that are here today, that will guide this talk, and that I ask that I be utilized as the purest form of this channel of this work. In Christ's light, Christ's name, amen. Well, good morning. I was talking to my daughter yesterday, or was it Friday? I don't remember. And I was teaching her how to create somebody buying her house, because she's moving back to this area. So I had already written out what I was going to talk about, but I just incorporated a little bit of our talk in this talk today. So what I wanted to talk about was, we're all on a soul's journey. That's the only reason why we came here, is to connect to our soul. But how do we connect to our soul? How do we know that we are there in that connection? Well, when you connect to your higher self, I find that you know that you're there. You feel the presence. I know everyone here has felt that presence. But how is it that we connect to our soul? Oh, everything's moving, making jumbling noises. What is, maybe a train? Oh, well. Oh, it's the table. The table's moving right behind me. That's all good. So as we connect to our higher self, we have a bridge, or to me, it's a column of light that we connect to our soul. but we have to stay in that a little longer. So the soul then connects to source, and that's where we get at one-ment. So within that at one-ment, it gives us this wonderful ability to be directed, if you would. So I'm going to kind of do a little, that's what I want to talk about in a nutshell. But have you ever wondered why? Really, why? Why are we here? What is our purpose here? What I know is the answers that we are trying to find are within us. Number one, that we are connecting to our higher self on a daily basis. Everyone is. We may not know it. So what is our higher self? I believe that we have three aspects of ourselves. We have the physical, we have the semi-physical, and then we have the non-physical. To me, the higher self is the semi-physical part of us. It includes the third eye. It includes the awareness of our higher consciousness, and it connects us to that ethereal part of us that we can feel in meditation. Just then, when she did a meditation, I'm sure we all felt that tingling sensation. We all felt that sense of connection. So when that presence comes over us, it feels, it brings that peace, it brings that calmness, just like you said. We can use the sun as a connector. We can use nature as a connector. In fact, when we're out in nature, it mimics the same hertz vibration as meditation. 7.83. I see some people say 7.84, some people say 7.83. I'm going to stick with 7.83. That's the one I know. And so, you know, that calmness being out in the water, if you're at the beach, just hearing the sounds of the wind going through the trees. There's so many different ways that we can connect to that higher self. If we just connect to the higher self, we've already made it, in my viewpoint, because it's just a matter of a moment or two that all we need to connect to our soul. So, very interesting, I looked up how many times the soul was mentioned in the Bible, and they said 700 times, over 700 times. And they had all the scriptures that went along with it. I'm not a big Bible person. I would reference more spiritual people. It's not that I object, I just know that the parts that are there sometimes are changed by man. So I have no problem with connecting to the Bible, but I just didn't feel drawn to it with this talk today. If I was talking about Christmas or, Easter, it might be a different thing. To me, and I'm going to bring Jesus up because it just came across my mind that Jesus was our connection to our soul. He mimicked that pathway. And I don't know how many people are here that saw Brian Lotman, but man, it was palpable in this room, that connection to soul, to the higher self. He really, really had that connection, and it's like a beacon. The more people gather, the more light we're going to be generating. So this connection to the higher self, then to the soul. So that's the gist of the talk today. When I had all my spiritual experiences, I was going through to see what was the common energy sometimes they were instantaneous. I wasn't meditating. I remember one time I was in the bathroom painting, and it wasn't a huge bathroom, but boy, at that point in time, I just needed to rest my neck. And so I laid down on the bed, and I was turning into a light bulb. Could feel it start at my toes and move all the way up to my head. And I go, wow, this is really cool. I'm a light bulb. Could have been the fumes from the paint, I don't know. No, I had that experience, and it lasted for days. I saw everything in glistening light. So I just find that when I want, to me, the soul is always like an instructor, if you would. The soul puts out a desire for this lifetime we're here. I believe that it's not particularly pre-planned. I believe that what is planned is our gifts, our strengths, our passions, and even our weaknesses. So with this desire to connect to that oneness, can you imagine a life not connecting to that? We would all be lost like most of the people on this planet. I mean, we're given difficult things to do or presented in front of us, I do believe, so that we will reach out and connect. I think there is somewhat of a plan, for our soul and our growth. But the growth, we're here for progression here and hereafter in our laws. And we're here to make progress so the soul can experience more of what it desires to experience. And what would that be? That would be the passions that we have, the desires. How many times people are just drawn to one country or one aspect of the history, and that's because you've lived there before. That's because you've been there before. I have a planned trip in May of next year to go to Ireland.
Oh, you'll love it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I went there. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Well, I asked the lady, I only had one spiritual experience around Ireland. And my last husband that I got Flynn from actually is from Ireland. And I put on some Irish music, and I went back to a time in another lifetime. And I saw myself, and I knew the name of the place I was in, and I knew there was a cliff not too far, and that was the gist of the memory. Of course, I was in deep trouble at that point in time in that lifetime. So apparently I was getting ready to get married. The guy left on a boat, never came back, so you can be in deep stuff when you are pregnant and single back in that time frame. But all I remember was that I knew this place, and it's called New Grange. The New Grange is a pyramid. It has spirals all in it. It lights up, the whole tunnel lights up, and the pyramid lights up on winter solstice. So, and I described the place to that husband at that time, and he knew exactly what it was, where it was, and what it looked like. So I'm getting to the point here. So I told the lady that was putting together this excursion, this trip, if we were going to go to New Grange, and she says, yes, it's on the itinerary. And if I had gone to Ireland the trip before, it wasn't going to be. So I found that quite fascinating, that my soul is reaching out to go back to Ireland, to that place, to that particular place. I will give you a full report when I get back. So that is what my soul's desire is to go and do that traveling to Ireland. And I know it, just like y'all know what your soul is communicating with you. It comes through the higher self. It comes to us and through our desires and what we want for ourselves. So I believe the soul holds all our memories from all lifetimes, probably in nice little containers, all leveled out. I do believe that the eyes are the window to the souls. And I think our soul is the quiet partnership, that when we intend that connection, that's when our guidance comes. So as I held this book up, this is Neil Donna Walsh, and on page 74, he does a pretty good description of the soul. Let's see, maybe I might have gotten it backwards. Oh no, okay. So the soul is like an angel or helper, and we're always having to create or manifest. Like that trip didn't come to me out of the blue. It came through some friends that are going. So how do we create utilizing the soul? How do we create utilizing our higher self? The first thing that comes up is thought. We have to have a thought. And this is the first level of creating. Then we have to have the word. And this is the second level, more powerful. It sends forth, just like we say, when we say a prayer out loud, when we say a prayer together, we're putting out that creation vibration. So we're sending forth that creative energy. And then, anybody know what we're going to do next? We're going to take action. We're going to take action with the words. And the words are moving. The words are thought expressed. So that's when I'm going to go into this little bit here. The process of creation starts with thought, an idea, concept, visualization. Everything you see was once someone's idea. Nothing exists in the world that didn't first exist as pure thought. Next comes the word. Everything you say is a thought expressed. It's creative and sends forth creative energy into the universe. And then the words are the second level of creation. Next comes action. Actions are words moving. Words are thoughts expressed. Thoughts are ideas formed. Ideas are energies coming together. Energies are energies or forces released. Forces are elements existent. Elements are particles of God, portions of all, and stuff of everything. That was a lot in just those few sentences. So as we manifest, so what does our soul want us to manifest? What does it want us to guide us? Have you ever stopped to listen to its desire, wisdom, or knowledge? That's a quite, in meditation, I think a lot of people just want to connect, want to feel better. I do believe our soul always is steering us into action, into decisions, into purpose. So we really find ourselves wanting to do more. So here's our soul's purpose according to God through this Conversations of God. So this is how we make our choices. You'll never experience yourself as being in what you call trouble. You would not understand any life situation to be a problem. You would not encounter any circumstance with trepidation. This is how we're making choices in this world. You will not encounter any, you will put You will put an end to all worry, doubt, or fear. You will live as you fantasize Adam and Eve lived, not as a disembodied spirit in the realm of the absolute, but as an embodied spirit in the realm of the relative. Yet you will have all freedom, all joy, all peace, and all wisdom, understanding, and the power of spirit you are. You will be fully realized being. This is the goal of the soul. This is the purpose, to fully realize itself while in the body, to become the embodiment of all that really is. This is my plan for you. This is my ideal, that I should become realized through you, that thus concept is turned into experience, that I may know myself experientially. So sometimes I read that earlier and I'm reading it again and I go, well, God really wants to experience through us, thank goodness. But if we are born without the knowledge of connection, and we are exploring through this living and this embodiment of the body and our ego mind and our regular mind, I do believe there's two parts of our mind, and we get to rediscover that we are more than this physical, mental, and emotional being. So our soul's purpose is here to take everything that we were gifted with and to create. Really, that's in my words. So using that, so set up your thoughts, your words, your actions. What does your soul yearn for? Look at the gifts, the strengths, and the passions, and think, speak, and take action. So we're talking about manifestation here. We're talking about how do we create something. The thought, think what you want. Think, all right, we're gonna manifest my daughter a house. And we want to manifest her house being sold. So she wants it really easy. Okay. So she was like, I want somebody to come in and buy this thing. I want. And anytime you use the word want, you get more wanting. Anytime you use these words that I wish I could, they're all delaying the process of your manifestation. And the I am is the moment and the now. So I am signing the contract of selling the house. I am signing the contract of buying that house. And it has to be in real time. It has to be as done. And I really find that that's really, really helpful when you create what you want to create. Now, creating circumstances, like I sold my house in Hampton when I was getting ready to move to Lexington. It took a lot of energy too. I can see why the real estate agents are charging so much. But there's this, so I did bring somebody in, and they did have a real estate agent, and it made it really easy. So I only paid my 3%, and we were all happy. So you would take 5-10 minutes a day, maybe 3 times in the day, taking that 5-10 minutes and just feeling as it's already completed. I just love to feel like it's already done, it's signed away, it's taken care of. So the thoughts, really think about those thoughts, utilize those words that are important other than wanting. We could make a list of words that you would particularly not want to use, and NO is one of them. And then, of course, the actions. Act like it's already done. Feel it as if it's already done. Know it's already done. So think, speak, and take action, and we will get the desires to come to us. Now, this is one thing I've always wanted to do here, is to imagine. I'm going to take you on a meditation, and we're not going to be in this building anymore. We're going to be in a new building. So let's see. We're all pretty powerful beings, aren't we? So it's going to have a nice room like this. It's going to have little offices. It's going to have a kitchen. And anything y'all want to put in there with me, okay? All right, let's just kind of close our eyes. Taking a deep breath in. And just allow yourself to be excited about this. We're putting chairs in the new space. We're organizing it. Pictures on the wall. We have a nice refrigerator to put food in, to keep it cold. We have a healing area. Whatever else you want to add to this, just feel as we're walking on this, in this building, know that we are. Let it get really solid with detail in your inner mind. And this chapel will be able to grow. We're able to offer new and more abundant classes, spaces. And we get in our cars and thank God, Source, for all that He has provided. So we're now coming back to this room, to this place. Yay. So use this during this week, this month, this year. We all need to create new things. I know that we're in a time where everything is kind of it almost feels like a standstill. It's a lull before change is coming. So use that as a exciting, what can I do to change? What can I do to take action? What can I create? And so it could be that you do everything you always do, but maybe you helped with some groceries here and there. Maybe you helped with this other thing over there. I know that we have to also self-soothe during this time, because we can look at things and we can look at it in fear. I would prefer fear be the farthest thing from your mind, because we create more of what we create in our mind. So just, God's always taking care of us. Trust in that. Trust in the development of this new age that we're coming. We're pillars. We're literally light pillars for everyone. So hold on to those. Hold on to that light. Hold on to that wisdom, and we will be through it probably by the end of this year. But we'll have to reestablish and bring in. We're going to renovate everything. We're going to restore. It's restoration time for the new earth. So we've got this. God's got this. So blessings to you. Thank you very much.